What do you watch around Halloween? There's so many options. We are horror movie lovers. Every year we do a show called Spooky of the Week where all four of us dive into new spooky movies, and we thought it'd be fun to give our recommendations for new movies for you to watch, because I know it's kind of hard. You want to watch something good, you only have a limited amount of time, but you also don't want to just watch the same old thing. You could watch, Halloween and The Exorcist every year.
And I do.
But what if you want to watch something new? So this is going to be our list of 20 kind of obscure, maybe you've heard of them, but maybe some of these you haven't. So if you've heard of some of these, leave a comment down below. If you've never heard of any of these, then leave a like.
Check them out.
We're gonna start off with Sam Slade with his first recommendation.
The Exorcist 3.
The Exorcist 3.
So you might have heard of a movie called The Exorcist.
We have.
Two other ones after that. I haven't seen the second one.
I think Keegan would like the second one.
Keegan has terrible taste in movies. Kind of a slow burn movie. A lot of people like it more than the first Exorcist. I'm not one of those people.
I would say it's very close for me.
I think
personally.
The third movie is very well done, and I think it's underrated because most people would probably just cast it aside because it's like, why do I want to see a sequel to a classic like The Exorcist?
Yeah. And it is standalone. I know it's called The Exorcist 3, and for me, I kind of felt like I gotta see the second one first. You don't. It is essentially a completely standalone story.
My recommendation would be Severed Ties.
Severed Ties.
It is a 1992 horror movie that I stumbled across. It's just a really fun movie. There's a scientist who's trying to make a cure to regrow limbs, and after he loses his arm, he uses it on himself, and he used the DNA of a serial killer. So he has the arm of a serial killer, and then it leaves his body and starts doing serial killer things. Yeah, it just kind of goes off the rail, but it also has these really charming characters and a unexpected twist that kept me on the edge of my seat.
Severed Ties.
Wow.
What a great
Good recommendation. For those of you watching at home, we will be putting timestamps in there if you want to skip all of Keegan's.
Here's an older one for you. If you're kind of like us and you like a really good spooky 70s horror movie, Burnt Offerings.
Burnt Offerings.
It came out in a period where The Exorcist was really big, and so they thought, oh, the key to this is adapting really adult, mature books and making them into horror movies. And so they tried with The Omen the same year, but as things were being processed, they're like, oh, let's just take this and adapt into that. This is in that era, and so it kind of got overshadowed by The Omen and a lot of other stuff. Honestly, I would say it is of comparable quality. I think it's really well shot.
It's got a good setting.
It's a haunted house movie. Basically, this family is at this summer vacation home, this really nice mansion that the wife is just really drawn to. Weird things just start happening. And so it's not like an obvious ghost story, but you kind of figure out what's going on as you go along.
My first recommendation is going to be a found footage horror comedy. It is a movie called Deadstream.
Somebody help me!
It came out just a couple years ago. A live streamer who has recently been canceled and banned off of the live streaming platform he uses. He's now back, and his whole shtick is that he puts himself in terrible scenarios that he has to survive, and he's a huge coward and huge baby the entire time. And so he wants to go to a haunted location. The location's great. It's this big spooky house in the middle of nowhere. It's got really good effects. The lead performance is really funny. The writing is really tight. Relatively small team, but they use what they have really well.
I just remember him pushing the ghost down the stairs.
There's some really, really funny moments, and I can't sell it enough. Just the lead performer is 90% of the movie, and he completely nails it.
I don't want to be remembered as a douchebag.
Sam Slade, what is your next recommendation?
Like I said, I'm only doing 70s movies, so I'm going to do
The Exorcist is from the 90s.
Suspiria 2018.
That is kind of.
You might have heard of Suspiria, the original from the 70s, the Giallo movie by Dario Argento. Maybe you just were like, I'm not going to watch a remake because that one's a classic.
How can you remake such a classic, beloved movie?
The remake is amazing, though. It's one of my favorite horror movies.
Arguably better.
Arguably better. Very hard to say that it's better. I think when I watch either of them, I think whatever one I just watched is the one I think I like more.
I think the original has better vibes. The remake is a structurally better movie.
Let's talk about vibes here for a second. The reason I recommend this movie is because if you really like the feeling you get when you watch Suspiria, that like, wow, this is berating my senses and it's making me feel really uncomfortable. This is a really effective horror movie. It gives you the same feeling, but it goes about it a completely different way.
Yeah.
It's like one of the best remakes ever in that regard. It takes exactly the feeling that you're supposed to have when you watch Suspiria, but it's doing a whole different thing. Almost a completely new plot.
And honestly, the ending is so great too.
Love
It's
it.
great stuff.
Oh, wow, what a great recommendation. I'd recommend that happily too.
So my recommendation is going to be Bad Blood, the movie. It's important that you don't mix it up with the other Bad Blood. This is the one about werefrogs.
And that timestamp is 1641, if you want to skip ahead.
Someone recommended it to me and they're like, yeah, there's werefrogs in it. I was like, that sounds good. And I turned it on and started watching. I'm like, oh wow, this like genuinely is a well done movie. It is a gory movie, so I will say that. There is a lot of gore effects in it, but it just goes so over the top in certain moments that I
Werefrogs.
Yeah, I just found it charming, and it just takes itself so on the nose and just runs with it.
If what's inside of me gets out, I think a lot of people are going to die.
If you're watching YouTube algorithm, like look how diverse this is. Like a lot of people want to see this video.
That's why I wanted to do this video, is because with each of our tastes and each of the movies that we're bringing,
So many different tastes.
I guarantee you there's at least one movie that you would enjoy on this list, so make sure you watch the entire video, and if you've already seen one of these movies, like I said, leave a little like this video.
Engage with this. Is there one that we left out?
And if you don't like this video, leave a comment. Tell us exactly why you didn't like it. Leave 2 comments.
Leave a comment on every video we've made.
Leave come on our videos too.
If you came watching this video,
Tell us about it.
Tell us about it.
And which one of us did you come to?
Give us a timestamp.
This bit got really weird. Kevin, what's your recommendation?
Moving up to the late 2000s. There was talk about it at the time, but like since then, I think it's just kind of been forgotten, and that's Daybreakers. It's made by the Sparrow brothers.
Ethan Hawke.
Willem Dafoe.
And Sam Neill.
This movie is awesome. I haven't seen it in like 15 years. That movie's badass.
That movie is
I remember
badass.
so little of that film.
It's a dystopian vampire movie. It takes place in a future where a vampire virus has taken over most of humanity. So the vast majority of people running the world runs at night. Like most of the vampire rules apply. Society just completely changes in order to live forever. The plot actually starts when, just like any other natural resource, humans are running out. Pig's blood isn't good enough, and so it's literally trying to find an economic problem to the shortage of human blood. And honestly, it's really well done. It's like for how limited their budget were, the effects are spotty here and there, but some of them look really, really good for what they
There's
had.
an awesome death.
There's a couple really good ones in there. Ethan Hawke and Willem Dafoe are all really great in it. It's surprisingly funny in bits. It's really cool to see Sam Neill play a vampire. I'd never get sick of that. He should play a villain always because he's great.
And if you miss those early 2000s movies that look like dishwater, this is one of them.
Ooh, it does. It does. Well, it leans into the dystopian part. Highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun.
We're the folks with the crossbows.
The premise of this list is we want to give you movies that maybe you haven't checked out before. I think there's going to be recommendations that I want you to get out of your comfort zone a little bit. So my recommendation is a movie called Knife Corp. So the premise of this movie, it is a group of door-to-door knife salespeople.
Not Cutco.
Not Cutco.
Great knives.
They basically sell themselves.
That's why they're going door to door, dude. Everyone needs these knives.
By the way, if you're looking for a great deal, Sam Slade does have a discount code. But yeah, it's a really fun slasher movie. Jason actor is in it.
Kane Hodder.
Kane Hodder's in it. Kane Hodder's really fun, but you can feel its budget. It is not a high budget movie at all. There are production issues. The pacing and editing's a little all over the place. But if you're willing to give a weird movie a shot, we played a drinking game with it and we had a lot of fun.
Very creative movie, from what I remember.
Very creative movie. It has a really good sense of humor. It's not a movie that's taking itself super seriously.
Knife Corp might have killed my family, but then Knife Corp became my family.
I genuinely recommend it if you're into horror comedy.
You ever feel unsafe? Take your knives and leave.
In fact, so far I think all of mine have been horror comedy, and maybe I'll just keep it that way.
Mine too. 70s horror comedy.
You haven't suggested a
So Sam
single
Slade, what is your
70s
next?
horror.
Just in line with my other ones, I'm gonna do Bones and All. Light on the horror, more on the drama, character-driven.
And not at all. from the
Same
70s.
director of Suspiria 2018. If you like that movie and you were like, I like that movie, and you clapped when I said it, watch this one. Bones and All is great.
I'm gonna double up. Bones and All is sweet.
If you want an uncomfortable horror, like all the horror scenes are more like, ugh, stop. No, like there's not like a lot of like frightening sequences.
It's disturbing.
It's just kind of uncomfortable and
There's a
gross.
lot of scenes where you're just like, hey, this guy is making me really uncomfortable. People who have been cannibals for a long time are just complete psycho people. Yeah, a lot of really interesting characters in it. David Gordon Green is in it.
Softest mouth in Hollywood, that guy.
Yeah, softest mouth in Hollywood.
Yeah, dude, he's playing Blowjob Man.
Yeah, no, you don't remember when he sucks off Timothée Chalamet, dude? Timothée Chalamet.
Timotei's like, this is the best
He's like,
blowjob
I heard you
I've
have
ever
the
received.
softest mouth in all of Hollywood.
You're good, DGG.
You don't think I'm a bad person.
So this is a more traditional horror movie. It's called Seance. It's about an exclusive girl prep school, high school, that only the absolute best can get into, and the one student dies, and so there's a new girl, and she's encountering like a haunting from the girl who died. And so it's kind of her investigating it and finding out all this stuff that's going on between all the different people who are there. I really liked it. It has really good characters, some interesting drama and twists.
Simon Barrett did it, right?
I believe so.
I don't recognize that name.
Did The Guest.
I have actually assumed that
Simon
Keegan
Barrett.
made up all of his recommendations.
Okay, it is him.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
It's a traditional horror movie.
So you're gonna do a seance?
My next recommendation is actually the same year as Daybreakers. It's gonna be Triangle. It's one of those movies where you've either never heard of it in your life or you've totally seen it and you know exactly what we're talking about.
I would say straight up underrated horror movie if you've never heard of it before.
Honestly, kind of a weird premise because the premise kind of evolves as you watch it. It starts as one thing and by the end becomes something really different. These group of young adults, they go on this boat trip and they get hit by what you would assume is the Bermuda Triangle. They get hit by a storm and they become stranded, and then there's this bigger cruise line boat that's passing by and they're like, oh, we'll just hop on that boat and see what's up, only to find it deserted.
If you like boat-themed horror, watch this one.
It might be the best boat-themed horror. There's not a lot of those.
Kevin continues the tradition of recommending movies that look terrible, though.
It definitely,
it's of its time.
Yeah, it's
but-
definitely 2000s. They didn't know what the fuck they were doing. Why isn't that rolling?
Everything you see, you have seen before.
So the next movie that I'm going to recommend is actually not a horror comedy, but this is a hard recommend from me. Evil Dead Trap.
Evil Dead Trap's not a horror comedy?
No. Well, so Evil Dead Trap's a really weird movie. The director had previously done porn,
As did most of the actresses.
as did most of the actresses.
You couldn't tell.
The premise is a group of Japanese newscasters are sent to go investigate an abandoned factory, and spooky stuff starts happening.
So they're sent an anonymous snuff tape. A tape of someone being murdered. They send it to the police, and the police say, no, this is not real, and they don't trust the police, so they decide to investigate it themselves.
They start banging immediately.
Two of the people on the crew.
It's a wild ride of a film. I can't recommend this movie enough, actually. It is super, super out there, and if you're just into weird things that you can't really guess where they're gonna go, Evil Dead Trap gets a super high recommendation from me.
Sounds like it'll make you horny. Next recommendation by a very renowned director, but maybe a movie you haven't seen of his, John Carpenter's Prince of Darkness. Genuinely one of, like, maybe top 3 of his movies.
Genuinely underrated.
I'd say there's 2 above it. Prince of Darkness is above all the rest. My favorite part about the movie is you're watching it, it's got really good characters, and it's slowly building, and then eventually you're just like, oh shoot, I'm trapped. I'm in a horror movie, I'm trapped.
Such a great sense of dread and overwhelming.
It's like a slow burn, but by the time things are getting going, it's just like, oh yeah, it's way too late for these characters. The horror movie has been happening in the background this entire time, and the characters only found out about it now, and it's way too late. Has some really great horror lines, like really like classic sounding horror lines.
I've got a message for you, and you're not going to like it. Ready for death.
And then bugs erupt out of his neck.
If you're a fan of movies like Halloween or The Thing, but you haven't kind of ventured down all of John Carpenter's movies, this is a hardcore go see it.
Better going in blind too, that's why I haven't really talked about the plot.
Once you know what it's about, if we told you the juicy bits, you'd be like, oh, that sounds awesome. No movie's ever done that. You're right, but we don't want to tell you what that is, so just watch the movie.
My next recommendation is another foreign film, Ghost Killers vs. Bloody Mary.
Oh, that's a really fun movie. A horror comedy.
Yes, it's a horror comedy. It is a Brazilian movie. It is a really fun movie about a group of friends who have a YouTube channel that they're trying to make big, where they investigate ghosts. And so a school has a haunting by Bloody Mary, and the students vote in this YouTube channel has to come investigate them. And this YouTube channel of incompetent buffoons goes there.
They're total frauds.
And there is a ghost.
A horrendously violent, evil, horrible ghost.
The characters are all really fun.
Very funny.
Apparently I gotta see this movie, I've not seen it, sounds awesome.
If you're one of those people that was like, oh, comedy's been dead for like so long, they're afraid to do certain things. This movie actually takes the comedy / horror to such a crazy extent.
Almost too far.
Like there are moments where I think even we were like, that's like borderline too far. Like that's messed up.
It's also got a great, stupid, like obvious title. Like it is just what the movie is.
Going more recent, this one's within the last decade. Run.
Oh, I love that movie.
We love that. We just did a review.
Not that one. 2020. 2025. 2020 is the year it came out. The premise is really simple but really effective. This mother, who's played by Sarah Paulson, who's great, she had this daughter, and her daughter was born with basically like as many problems a baby can have and still be alive. She can't walk, and 20 years later now she's leaving high school and she wants to leave the house and she wants to actually go and do things, and she's in a wheelchair and she's doing okay. And her mother is not so enthused about that because she's very protective naturally over her only child. But then as she is leaving home, she starts to notice certain things about her mother that seem off, and her mom might be taking more serious measures to keep her at home. And things start to escalate. Obviously I won't spoil, but basically the situation gets really dire and she'll have to do the one thing that she can't do, which is run.
People that should be looking out for you are not.
Yeah, might not have your best interest at heart. And what secrets are they hiding? And honestly, it's a really great kind of psychological thriller.
This, again, it's a diamond in the rough. It still has some rough in it, but it is worth, I would say, checking out if you like horror movies, if you like slasher movies. It's a movie called Vicious Fun. It has a really solid premise. It is about a guy who goes to a support group for serial killers. And so it's like one normal guy in a room full of like slasher tropes. The protagonist is not a serial killer or a slasher, and so he has to pretend to be one, mix in with this group of like super violent killers, and he's just trying to pretend to be one as well. It's a really fun movie. Like I said, I personally think that it's a little bit of a rough around the edges, but if you're looking for something out there, a little bit of fun slasher camp, I would heavily recommend checking it out.
I like it messy sometimes.
So Samsung, your final recommendation?
This is my final one, so if you want to turn the video off after this one, go ahead. My final one is a movie called Possession. Slowly but surely becoming not underrated.
Yeah.
When we first saw it, I remember it being like really hard to find.
Nobody was talking about it.
The Sam Neill one, right?
Sam Neill. It's roughly just about a couple going through a lot of drama and yelling at each other. And then there's a reveal about halfway through the movie that completely changes everything and recontextualizes what you've been watching.
It's such an interesting movie. There's so many layers to it. I've seen it like maybe 3 times at this point, and each time I come away feeling completely different about it.
I know less every time I watch it. I literally go in, I'm like, right. No, I remember this. I walk away and I was like, I wasn't prepared for all that other stuff that I'd never noticed before that I just noticed now.
For the first like half of it, you're kind of like, okay, is this a horror movie just because Sam Neill and his wife are just screaming at each other and just possibly hurting each other or themselves for like an hour? It's very unsettling in that regard.
And it's shot with such a frenetic energy too that you can't possibly be bored by it.
Very unconventional way it's shot.
I think all of us probably recommend it. Really good movie.
Really good movie.
So my recommendation is a movie called Butterfly Kisses. It is a fake documentary about this guy who found footage in his in-laws' house in the basement. And it was some college student's project.
Is this a found footage movie?
No, he finds found footage, and so there's elements of it.
So he finds footage.
But it is a professional like documentary setup.
No. It's not found footage.
They found footage.
They've just found the footage.
It is not like a found footage movie. He is convinced that this is a real found footage of supernatural events. He hired a documentary crew to follow him as he's investigating this and trying to turn it into the next Blair Witch Project.
Nice character angle.
Yeah, he thinks he can turn this into a profitable movie. There's interviews with other people who are looking at the film themselves and they're saying, oh no, this is fake. There's no evidence these people ever existed. But in the context of the movie, it's like, well, no, there's a supernatural entity. And it's eaten these people out of reality. Kind of him descending into madness and you questioning, is there really something supernatural going on? Right. Or did he find some like fake movie and is going crazy? I've never seen anyone talk about Butterfly Kisses.
I've actually heard of it. I heard good things. I wanted to check it out.
The camera doesn't lie.
My last one is also another 2021, and it's a Shudder original. And this one is called Anything for Jackson.
I was tempted to recommend that one.
Yeah, it's really unique. Technically like a possession/ghost story, but not really. But the basic premise is this older couple, their grandchild died very young and they want to replace it. And so they turn to very dark means in order to accomplish that. And the results are mixed, both successfully and tonally, because it is just as much a really horrific, pretty jumpy, scary horror movie, along with being a really dark comedy. Highly recommend it. Honestly, there's no movie like it.
It is a fun movie. It is definitely a dark dark comedy with horror in it.
And while I wouldn't say it's perfect, I thoroughly enjoyed my time with it.
Close this out with the final recommendation now.
The final recommendation is a sci-fi horror comedy movie from Ireland called Grabbers. It is a movie that is a lot of fun and has a really, really fun premise. Aliens drop down.
Alien animals.
Alien animals drop down. Grabbers drop down from outer space. It's not like an alien invasion. It's more like some sort of creature that's come from possibly space that starts terrorizing this small seaside Irish town. This town has to band together. There's no help coming from civilized society. It is just up to our alcoholic heroes, and they discover that the aliens, they don't want to grab you if you have alcohol in your system.
If you have a lot of alcohol, if you are shit-faced,
the entire
they
town,
won't drink your blood.
the only way to be safe is if you're hammered.
Genuinely, what I actually would probably do in a scenario like that. I've thought of this before. If anything is trying to drink your blood,
Get hammered.
get hammered.
Yeah.
Because mosquitoes, fun fact,
They won't drink you.
they don't drink your blood if you're drunk.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's not a hardcore horror movie. It's a little bit more like it's wrapping up horror, sci-fi, comedy.
It's a creature feature.
Keegan and I, when we first watched it, we were just floored by what a fun movie it is.
It's okay. I'm all right.
What did you guys think of our list? I know that dropped a lot of movies. Are we just basic bitches?
Tell us.
You already know that like all these movies suck actually. Let us know. What's your favorite movie to watch around the Halloween spooky times? Put that in the comments down below.
Yeah, what's an underrated movie that you actually like that like we didn't mention?
Yeah, have we totally missed something? Is there something like right in our blind sides? Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, check out some of our other videos.
And I know we're speaking mostly to new viewers, but old viewers and subscribers, if you like this video, let us know.
Trying out something different.
Or tell us if it sucks and you're like, go back to what you normally do, Hacks.
We're buttoned down a little bit for this one. You know, we were well behaved.
Less outrageous.
I didn't say. Thank you guys for watching. If you really liked this video, leave a like. If you really didn't like it, leave a comment. Tell us why you didn't like it. We'll see you guys in the next one.